have a really well-developed orientation and intake process that shares with the students both what their responsibilities are and what the privileges are of this program. So they come in knowing they're getting something special and that they owe something in return for the specialness of this program in some way. So that happens from the very beginning. And then we have follow-up with counselors, and we reinforce as instructors the kinds of learning strategies that help build community, whether it's the study groups, whether it's having somebody else read your work, whether it's asking the right kind of questions. So there's a whole culture in the classroom that supports the idea of the shared learning adventure. First, I was pretty skeptical that students in one semester could really cover that amount of instruction in terms of critical reading, critical thinking, and doing a research paper. And there are moments when I still worry that it's not all going to come together, that it was too much to try to do in 15 weeks. But the theory that informs the pedagogy of the accelerated learning is that if you set the standards and you set the expectations and you provide the steps to meet them, most students can. And so far, I do feel that I'm seeing that, and it's really exciting.
In the mathematics model, what we do is we have an opportunity for students to complete 2 math classes in one semester. They happen to be 2 classes that have overlapping content. So in my particular section, it's 2 sections of algebra. We start every topic at where it starts in the lower level course and then teach it all the way through to where that topic stops in the upper level course, rather than what we do in our traditional classes where they do, let's say, 10 topics, but they stop. They don't do the topic all the way through to its most difficult application of that topic. Save that for the next section or the next class. But usually in that next class, they sort of start over again. And then, so there's a lot of overlapping content. Because we could keep the same number of hours, we have time to do a little more in-class practice of these concepts. We have time to have tutors go around, let students practicing the content before they go home and do the homework. The state has identified a couple of problems with students progressing towards goals, and one of them is this idea of leaky pipeline. And the leaky pipeline is that our students assess well below college level. A large number of our students assess well below college level. So to even get to the college level class, maybe they need 2 classes before that. Well, first they have to pass that first class. And then once they pass that first class, they have to actually enroll in the second class and then pass that second class and then enroll in the last class. Well, we lose students in all those little spots. They may not pass the first class, or they pass the first class, but for whatever reason, don't enroll in the second class right away. If they take a semester off in between enrollments, what they remember from the first class just decays significantly. So while they're in that second class, their chances of passing that second class go down considerably. What we do basically is cut out 2 of those little holes in that leaky pipeline. So we don't have to worry about whether or not they're going to take that next class right away. They're already in it. So that's something that hopefully is going to make more students get to their goals faster. Because they see each other every day, because they have opportunities to practice problems in class with a tutor, the students really sort of bond. In my particular learning community, they also take a PD 100 class, so they have all the same students in all their classes. That bonding makes a big difference. It makes them more likely to come to class because they've got people that are sort of checking up on them. Hey, why didn't you come to class? Or they're coming to see their friends. I know it's shocking, but sometimes they actually enjoy coming to class because their friends are in class. So their attendance, for me, is so much better in the learning community than it is in my traditional 100 or 107 classes. And they study together. The best part, I think, though, is just sort of this idea where they're kind of, it's almost like a family where they're checking up on each other. Hey, did you do the homework? Why didn't you do the homework? Do you need help on this? Those sorts of things. One of the best byproducts of this program is that we have faculty from various disciplines and groups on campus that meet regularly because of this. So we meet with English faculty, with counselors.
Orientation on the first day is an important part of that process because by the first day of class, they already kind of know each other and feel very comfortable, and there's just already a sense that this is, a different kind of class, a class where it has a different feel to it. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's actually more challenging than the class that I teach at a higher level because I have more time. So we do a lot of writing. We also do a lot more reading. They read 2 book-length works. So I'm challenging them. I want to make them ready ideally for a level 2, levels above where they currently are. And it doesn't sound like it would work well to make the class harder, but I'm amazed at how they rise to the occasion. They have to write essays, one essay about the book-length work, that's a challenging task for a beginning writer at that level. They have to write 4 other essays on analytical articles. They have to revise all their essays, go through the writing process. They do a number of presentations also in the book-length works that we read. So they have commented, it's a challenging class, but with all that time, again, they can work together, they can work with me. As a writing teacher, it's fabulous to have all that time because I really can work with each student one-on-one, identify the writing, issues that student has and help him or her. So that's fantastic.